In our fourth and last episode of our series on Siargao Island, we take time to experience General Luna or GL, this once sleepy but now vibrant town that put the Philippines in the list of most admired surfing, diving, sun and beach, and nature destinations in the world. Siargao has a high number of both small and big reef breaks, including the world-class waves in Cloud9. Cloud9 is in fact the name of the most famous wave in the Philippines, attributed to the area's regular ranking as one of the top 10 surf sites in the world. The restaurant and curio shopping scene is slowly coming back to life at this time of the pandemic. We were already feeling the island's tropical vibe getting more lively as we dined in several restaurants as we did a little bit of shopping. And tourism stakeholders are pleased with the new energy brought in by domestic travelers slowly visiting the island at this exciting time.
Kami dito sa Bravo, we are making sure that we are staying connected with the past and our future guests, through our social media, Facebook, emails, and some editorial content. Just to, it adds value and entertains them para ma-maintain natin yung strong brand relationship.
So parang hindi kayo nawala.
Hindi, talagang that's the purpose, that's the main purpose. And the second one, of course, hindi kami nawala, hindi kami nagsara, hindi talagang it's because of our employee. At least meron, at least may pampasahod kami sa empleyado. And we survive. Yun kasi yung
And
namin.
still surviving.
Yeah, and we're still waiting for the in the future. Napakalapit na siguro, Sir Art, na pabalik na tayo sa normal. We are prepared for that, and the whole Siargao is prepared for that.
Wonderful. So
Following all the protocols and health restrictions.
correct. Kasi diba, sa sinusunod niyo naman yung mga regulasyon. So siguro nasa tamang path tayo, no? Sa pagbabalik ng turismo dito sa Siargao.
Correct.
Napakasaya ng turismo dito, ang daming bisita, pero what are your expectations? Ngayong unti-unti na tayo nagbubukas. O ano pong expectations natin dito?
Of course, since hindi nawala sa yung Bravo sa timeline, hindi siya nag-close bukas, and lagi tayo naaalala ng mga past and mga guests na gustong pumunta dito. Siyempre, of course, ang expectation natin, magiging masaya ulit ang Siargao. Makakabawi, lalong-lalo na makakabalik na yung mga ibang empleyado namin na hindi na muna pumapasok kasi kailangan natin gawa ng paraan. Mag-skeletal course muna tayo para lang to survive.
Tama, kasi ang turismo para sa mga tao dito sa Siargao, para sa community rin. Nabibigyan ng trabaho, malago ang ekonomiya. So hinihintay natin yung pagkakataon niya. So we wish you all the best, Dennis. You've been very gracious and hospitable, and you have not been disconnected, as you have said. And may this continue, and may you have really prosperous years ahead. And we look forward to coming back here when everything is already in the new normal, as they say. Maraming salamat, Dennis.
Thank you, Sir Art, for visiting us here. It's our pleasure to have you here.
I would say bravo again and again to an amazing lunch at Bravo Resort Siargao. Our special spread was a burst of flavors freshly cooked by a talented kitchen team. Yes, the proof was in the eating. We started with boquerones and Baja fish tacos that whet our appetites to savor the stars of the show, seafood paella and paella negra that both featured the freshest catch of the day. And one kitchen secret is fresh ink carefully collected from each piece of squid for that super flavorful paella negra. Pomelo, apple, and basil soda, apple mint soda were excellent non-alcoholic beverages for our special spread that celebrated the bounty of the sea. Bravo!
Exploring General Luna now, it's time to have lunch. We randomly chose this restaurant called Hab Hab, and we're happy that there's one piece of meal that's not in their menu, which is kansi. We're going to try this wonderfully hot and flavorful and very good smelling kansi. And of course we have pork sisig and dishes for breakfast and lunch.
Tried to be as creative as I could, because if I just serve one type of kinilaw, I don't think people will come to the restaurant. So I'm a creative person, so I try to express more of my creativity in the dishes. So.
And we can see it here. And before coming here, I only think of one of two ways doing kinilaw.
Right.
In ceviche, one or two ways as well. And you managed, perhaps with your experience and background in different fields, seeing different destinations, you're able to put something together. But maybe you can walk us through quickly on what you have put together here.
Yeah,
and
sure.
If there's any inspiration behind it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, so we have here 3 types of kinilaw and 3 types of ceviche.
Okay.
This is the most basic one, which has salted black beans, cucumber, and some piasong. In our kinilaw, we use tuba and suka. We mix them, and then we add some ginger, onions, garlic, just to add a bit more aromatics to it.
So this is your kinilaw.
Kind of. Our rendition of classic kinilaw. And then we get a bit funkier with this one because we add pomelo to it. The black beans are still there, but then we also have fried alamang, which we actually get from La Union, because here there's a lack of variety of dried seafood, which I want to also promote and get going. Eventually, yes. So that's, and then there's the piasong.
I could already imagine the flavors here with the dried fish and then the black beans.
Yeah, a lot of people like this. It's my personal favorite, this one. When I did this the first time, I said, oh my god, I have to put this in the restaurant. And then this one is kind of like a poke bowl. This is from our old restaurant in the first location. But my thinking here was, it's the Filipino style poke bowl, and what do I eat with my kinilaw? I usually eat it with garlic rice, so that's under. And then I added ensaladang talong, some mango for some funky flavors, and fried kamote.
It's a good citrus flavor.
Yeah. And then this one is our best seller. This one is a ceviche naman. But this one has fried squid. The interesting thing about this is the batter of the squid is actually cornic. So we ground the cornic with sky flakes, and then that's the batter. So you kind of taste that.
I should try that. Thanks for sharing.
And then, so if you see the white sauce, that's a leche de tigre, which is usually in ceviche. It's real milk, some garlic, some onions, I blend that together, some herbs. But since we're in the Philippines, I use coconut milk instead of real milk, and with some Filipino aromatics, and that's kind of the sauce that happens there. And then this one is like a Mexican-inspired one. It has olive salsa and an agua chile, which is cucumber that we blend with some herbs and lime. And then this one is like a very standard ceviche, but my way, because in a ceviche you always have corn, kamote, and the leche de tigre, which you all find here, but it's just differently done because the kamote is fried, the corn is grilled.
Okay. So the variation makes it uniquely yours.
Kind of, yeah. I just try to be as creative as I can.
And you've succeeded in that area.
Well, yeah, I hope so. And then we have some drinks here that we paired with this, and it's just very like colorful and vibrant flavors also, because this one is ginger and calamansi with cinnamon. This one is pineapple and basil, and this is passion fruit with calamansi. So,
You know?
and then homemade chili garlic.
Chili garlic.
Yeah.
Then you source most of your ingredients from the island, I suppose.
All of it.
All of it.
Because when I first opened the restaurant 3 years ago, the main issue was supply. So there were times where I couldn't even find eggplants. And so I had to make it a point that everything we find here on the plate is from the market.
It's readily available.
Yes, because if I import it from wherever, Manila or Cebu, there's a chance that I won't get it on time.
You know what? That makes you a local already. By doing that.
Yeah, and of course the fish is from here.
Yes.
And that's the secret on why people love the Kinilaw and Ceviche. I think it's because the fish is so fresh.
Freshest. The
Yeah.
freshest possible, right?
And so we talk to the fishermen. They usually go out early in the morning, and then when they come back at maybe 6 a.m., they call me and they say, oh, I have this. And then we buy them. So this fish all today is malasugi, which is swordfish. Yeah. Big one. So the fishermen caught an 80-kilo one. I couldn't get the whole thing because we have a small spot, so we just got 50 kilos of it and started
Yeah,
filleting
thanks for
it.
sharing a part of that. So, you know, that whole idea, clearly, your vision has become a reality. And unfortunately, we're going through a pandemic.
Right.
And it's so exciting to see stakeholders in tourism like you or the food industry still open at this time. So what kept you going, and how are you going to move forward?
Right.
Especially that, you know, things are, to my mind, getting better.
Yeah. Well, what kept me going is my love for food, for cooking. I've come a long way from opening a small restaurant because I used to do finance before. And so I let go of a lot of things back home just to open this little shop that I have. And so that kept me going because I didn't want it to die. And so during the pandemic, we actually switched from ceviche because people got stuck here.
Yeah.
And my price points aren't really that friendly. You know, it's 200 plus, 300. You can't eat that every day. So we switched to like creative sandwiches, made them cheaper, 100 plus. And then when tourists came back, we switched back to Kinilaw and ceviche. And then, yeah, I mean, just moving forward, the plan is to be as creative as I can. Just come out with new dishes all the time so people don't get bored. And the main goal for me really is to promote Kinilaw, because I believe that Kinilaw should be one of the dishes that people talk about when you talk about Filipino food.
Exactly.
It represents a lot of the Philippines for me. Fish, you know, we have a lot of beaches. A lot of the fish that's caught here actually is also shipped to Japan for their sashimi. So that, to me, it represents the Philippines a lot. Vinegar we use a lot, you know, citrus. So that's why I want to push it. So gratefully, in the past few years, there have been a lot of foreigners that tried Kinilaw and they're like, wow, this is really good. So we've had some foreign magazines and social media sites and all of that kind of write about Kinilaw because they tried it here. So I'm very, very happy about
Yeah,
that.
you've contributed a lot, and we can just wait for them to come back.
I hope
And
so.
I'm sure they'll look for you. I know you change spots in the island. I'm sure they'll find you.
I hope so.
and you know, like your story about adjusting, I think you really got that from the finance industry.
Right,
It's just like
yeah.
trading every day.
Of course. I learned, I never regretted being in finance because I learned how to run a business and how to keep it going. Because it's one thing to open a restaurant, but to keep it going for a long time, that's the big challenge. So I learned that while I was in finance. So hopefully I can continue to kind of do it too.
You will. So we're having dinner here at Rana Restaurant. and restaurant owner Mike Medina and friend Chef Juan Gadi suggested that we try their Mindanao heritage dishes. That's exactly what we're going to do tonight. Enjoy these dishes from Mindanao right here in Siargao Island.
What a pleasant surprise it is to discover a Muslim Mindanao suite of heritage dishes here at the famous Harana Surf Resort. We are having tula itum, a soup originating from the Tausug people, traditionally using beef or goat meat, burnt coconut meat that gives the soup its charred flavor, ginger, turmeric, galangal, lemongrass, pepper, garlic, and onion. Another Tausug dish, kulma, uses beef cooked in coconut milk, peanuts, tomato sauce, and curry spices. It is creamy and goes without saying, delicious. And the third Tausug dish was pianggan skewers of chicken in blackened coconut curry. Traditionally, the chicken is braised in turmeric, onions, lemongrass, ginger, chilies, garlic, coconut milk, and ground burnt coconut. Our fourth dish, pater manok, is popular across Muslim Mindanao and is also known as pastil. It is made by cooking rice along with chicken sautéed in vinegar and soy sauce. It is wrapped in banana leaves. Of course, Harana's take on these dishes are as delightful to the eyes as to our taste. Kudos to restaurateur Mike Books Medina and consultant chef Juan Gadi for embracing Muslim Mindanao heritage dishes and promoting them into the mainstream. And what better place to do this than in Siargao's vibrant restaurant scene? Our trip to Siargao is one unforgettable visit at a time when the island is further reopening to tourism. We traveled by land from Davao City to Surigao City, where our vehicle boarded the cargo ferry as we took a passenger fast craft to Siargao. We spent a total of 10 hours on the road and in a boat to reach paradise. Not bad at all, as we recommend land travel in a safe and great network of roads in Mindanao. For accommodation, 2 thumbs up for Siargao Blue Resort and Spa that offers excellent facilities and services, making it one of the best in the island, with private villas with direct access to the largest swimming pool in the island, a spa using customized organic concoctions for detox and relaxation, a seaside bar, and a casual restaurant for delectable and popular intercontinental dishes. For eats in the island, we will not forget Siargao Blue's Blue Burger, Bravo Resort's Seafood Paellas, Harana Surf Resort's Tausug, Maranao, and Maguindanao Heritage Food, Sev's Original Fresh Kinilaw and Ceviche, Habhab's Kansi, coffee variations at Siargao Corner Cafe, and the iconic traditional oven-baked pan de surf from street side stalls. Learn about the value of community-based tourism in the municipality of Del Carmen with successful projects at the Sugba Lagoon and Del Carmen Mangrove Forest, and enjoy the fruits of farm tourism at the growing Govlalo farmland and garden. Our week-long experience in the island allowed us to soak in God's magnificent creations by exploring underwater rock formations, contemplating panoramic views of seemingly endless lines of coconut trees and sea stretching to the horizon, as well as expressing thanksgiving in every sunrise and sunset of every day in the only Philippine destination cited in Time Magazine's 2021 World's Greatest Places, Siargao. This is Mindanao Road Trip with Art. Mindanao Road Trip with Art is all about responsible travel. On the road around the island, we experience the best of nature, host communities, and various brands of service that make for the most meaningful and comfortable travel.